All right, so final circle strategy. Now is the time to be aggressive. All right, we've been very stealthy and passive up until this point, avoiding the enemy. Now is the time to be aggressive. All right. In a way, you've already won by surviving this long. So if you die now, you'll still get a good amount of points. So be bold and take risks that the enemy won't expect. Some general principles still apply. Use cover, concealment, and take the high ground. Stay together and never split your forces. All right, that means just stay together. Okay, don't send half your team in one direction, half the team in the other direction. Um, Unless it's for like a very close flanking maneuver, you know, in the same general area. Um, but as a general rule, you don't want to do that. You don't want to split your forces. Try to always be aware of the zone so that the enemy is forced to come to you. It's easy to pick off people running out into the open who are already weakened by the zone. All right, so when you're in that last circle, okay, and the final circle is being shown, uh, try to get there. Try to get the high ground. Try to get there before the enemy. All right, because that way they are forced to come to you. You're already in a defensive position, looking for them, and they're likely, running with their pants down, trying to heal up with an adrenaline or something. They don't even have their gun out and they're weakened and they're easy pickings when they're doing that. And it's pretty common. So always try to get there before other people and hold that position for as long as you can. At this stage of the game, it basically just comes down to tactics and shooting ability. Um, just some basic things to slide around corners, pre-aim, jump. When people are shooting at you, jump. You can also go prone. If someone's taking hits at you and you got them weak, just go prone, and it will throw off their aim and might give you that extra half second that you needed in order to get the kill. Um, you want to peek before exposing yourself fully. Don't just like commit and run around a corner. Kind of just like peek real quick first. Just like you know, run out, run back. It takes like less than a second, and it gives you a good idea of what's on the other side. And in battle royale, we have third person, which is a huge advantage. So if you put third person when you're starting a game as an option, you can go back and forth between the two, between first person and third person, which is great because they're good for different situations. And one of the advantages of third person is that you can kind of have like a free look feature and look around a cover if you're hiding behind like a boulder, or look around corners without exposing yourself at all. So that's a huge advantage. So you definitely want to take advantage of that and use it. Another thing, just like general strategy, use grenades. All right, flash grenades and gas grenades are extremely effective. With the gas, you can use it to block the exit of a building or smoke out a hiding enemy. All right, so let's say they're in a hallway or they're in like a second floor of a building. You can throw a couple Nova gas grenades up there and smoke them out. They'll be forced to leave. It's very effective indoors. Otherwise, you can throw it outside of, like, let's say a building has like two exits, right? You can throw a Nova gas grenade on one and then camp the other one because he's not going to go through the gas. So, you could go through a window or something like that, so it's situational. But, you can use it to funnel the enemy, into a kill box. So you want to try to always strategize and think about what you're doing and use your surroundings to your advantage. But with smoke grenades, there's all kinds of things you can do with those. You can, again, throw them into a second floor building. If someone's sniping you or something, you can throw that in there, and it'll completely impair their sight and give you a chance to enter the building and hopefully take them out. So let's talk about communication for a second. You always want to communicate and work together as a team. Always call out where the enemy is when you see them and mark them on the map with the little diamond icon. use your compass to help guide your team to a position if there is confusion. So if you want to go like to a hilltop or something and someone doesn't know where it is, you can say like, oh, it's the hilltop that's 270 degrees north, you know, and you can also mark it on your map with the diamond. So as far as weapons go, good weapons for the final circle are weapons that fire fast. All right, so the PDW, Type 25, especially with the heavy mag and long barrel. The BY-15 is actually pretty solid, the shotgun, and the AK-117. Another good strategy for the second to last circle is you can kill time and wait for people to die off by flying around in the helicopter. This allows you to see where the enemy is, so when it's time to jump out, you can just land behind them and shoot them in the back. It usually works pretty well. Another couple little tips and tricks. On your team, it's good to have a well-rounded team in terms of firepower. So have a sniper, you know, someone with an Arctic 50, another guy with an LMG, preferably the RPD, uh, and also have someone with a rocket launcher, either the SMRS or the guided missile. The LMGs are really, really effective at medium range and good for just laying down lots of fire, you know, and holding back an enemy, especially if there's more than one coming at you. LMGs are great for that, especially the RPD because it has such good bullet penetration. You can shoot through walls, and it also makes pretty short work of vehicles. So if someone's in a car coming at you or helicopter, you can take them out with an LMG pretty quickly. As far as the RPGs go, I mean that's pretty straightforward. You can have an SMRS. I would recommend just having the guided missile, frankly, because it's more versatile in terms of taking out vehicles. You can take out helicopters and fast moving vehicles like a helicopter or a motorcycle. Now you can still do that with the SMRS. If you're a crack shot with the SMRS, go for it because then you can also use it to take people out as well. And it did get a nerf in this season, in season 3, but it's still pretty effective. So it just comes down to personal preference, but I definitely recommend at least one person on your team having an RPG. Sniper, I mean that's pretty straightforward. There's a lot of the battles that you'll take in Battle Royale are mid-range to long range, so having a sniper is pretty important. The other thing I wanted to cover is just listen for footsteps. That's a huge advantage, and it gives you a really good indication of where an enemy is and even how many enemies there are and where they are in relation to you. So use headphones. You don't have to have like a super expensive, 3D sound headset. Just a normal pair of headphones is going to give you a significant leg up compared to just using the speakers on your phone or tablet. Another thing I wanted to say is that, if you feel like your aim is kind of bad and it's something you need to work on, or if you're just struggling in general with the combat when it gets really hairy, play the warfare mode. You can cram about 5 games worth of shooting into just one game and try out different weapons and attachments, and it doesn't affect your rank at all. So it's a great way to just um, fight a lot and work on your aim and some of your shooting tactics, and also try out different guns and feel out what works best for you and what you like and what you don't like, and it doesn't affect your rank at all. So definitely recommend the warfare mode. Anyway, that's basically everything I had to cover. To reiterate some of the key points: choose a solid team, don't land in hot drop areas, avoid the enemy by staying on the edge of the zone and hiding until there are 10 players left. Be aggressive and fight hard in the final 2 circles. Know when it's appropriate to fight and when it's smarter to retreat. So that's it. I hope you guys found this series helpful. These strategies are intended for average players like myself, and we're learning through trial and error. And my hope is that I can save you guys some grief and pass on some lessons that I learned so that you guys can achieve your goals and rank up quickly. So with that said, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like if you found this video helpful, and I'll see you on the next one.